can you feel it? Oh, can you feel it? The heat is on. It definitely is on. The heat is definitely on for sure. Let's go over here to our tornado warning that is in effect east of Ardmore. East of Ardmore. And now I'm not seeing as much circulation on it. We're so close to the edge of this radar site. Funny. There is your rotation southwest of Providence, southwest of Dixon, and they took off the tornado warning because the rotation doesn't look as impressive. But I will say this too, that this storm here, right, is in a bad radar area. So we're going to keep an eye on it very closely. Still watching these storms over here. They're going to track more east. So it's going to go into southeast Oklahoma. These storms are going to go into southeast Oklahoma. And we're definitely going to need to keep an eye on it. I just seen Toad join. Hello, Toad. We are steadily moving into the Tulsa metro. Just north of Tulsa. What's up, Toad? Not much. Keep an eye on these on what happens in OKC. But right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. I really do. I do. Still seeing the damaging winds over here by Park City going up towards Newton. If there's a new area of severe weather I'm going to be watching over the next couple of hours,
the tornado warning dropped off was replaced with a severe thunderstorm warning. So now we are no longer working any tornado warnings in Oklahoma right now. We're still working severe thunderstorm warnings. We're watching this cell here making its way up towards Tishmingo.
southwest of Gibson. I'm looking at the trees right now. Very pronounced funnel. I mean, big funnel coming down.
Nick Smith, this guy sounds nervous. He has every reason to be.
We're going to go a little further to see if we can get on the other side. But it's all there. In there, David.
We definitely see it here. You have your night vision on there, so we can see that right in the middle. So this is going to be northeast of Ardmore, east-northeast of Ardmore. And so, Nick, real quick before we move, Nick, how's it looking? I know you got a bunch of trees here, but you have better visual on it than I do. Okay, we'll get Nick back on here and just look. Okay, this will be east of Ardmore. Okay, let's go back up. Okay, let's go back up to the north. Okay, let's go back up real quick for those in Ponca City. We're just gonna bounce back and forth here. Up towards, so Perry, you're good. Ponca City right now. Our friends up in Kay County, there's large hail right there with that cell that is west of Ponca City. That's already dropped about golf ball size hail, and so that hail core is lifting up in towards up into northeastern Kay County. It's gonna move in between Ponca City and Blackwell, but that means it's headed straight towards probably Kildare, and then eventually towards Newkirk, and so that has golf ball size hail in Toccoa, south of Blackwell.
Yep, it's got
that's going to be coming close to Ponca
some
City,
pretty decent hail there.
And then Newkirk around 9:01 to 9:15 towards Cost City. Okay, let's go back down to let's go down to Perry, northern Payne County here. Get an update here. So Stillwater, the hail core is just north of you. It's right there, just west of Glencoe. And so still watching that storm, moving almost more to the east here. It's not tornado warning, it's a severe thunderstorm warning. Still moving to the east here. And so we'll continue to move to the east. There is some rotation very close to Glencoe. That's northeast of Stillwater. Stillwater, you're not in the warning, but if you are watching the OSU game, you're like, hey, when's this gonna return? There's still no lightning delay. Lightning's still way too close to the campus there. You can get some lightning strikes that certainly can occur well outside the storm here. Let me check in with Michael here on I-35 north here. Michael, what do you see?
Yeah, we have that. We also have a little bit of a strong storm that's over here just to my north and west also that we're trying to keep an eye on. If it does further.
Tulsa, sorry. I was trying to relax a little bit. All right. All right. All right, so let me go over here to Tulsa. Let's go to Tulsa. So right now in Tulsa, these storms are severe, and I think it's a baseball or softball game. Not doing severe weather coverage. We've actually some hail with it and some damaging winds, but not like high-end damaging winds, but still could be some problems with it. New severe thunderstorm warning, 60 miles an hour. Northern Cowley County, southwestern Butler County, northeastern Sumner County in Kansas under a severe thunderstorm warning. And still got 70 mile an hour severe thunderstorm warnings here in Kansas. What's the board look like? And we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Bowie, Texas. This is going to be for southern Montauk. It's going to be northern Wise, northeastern Jack, southwestern Cook County in Texas under a severe thunderstorm warning. It's going to skirt. It looks like to me this storm skirts Tulsa, the north side of Tulsa. Kind of east-northeast, so it skirts Tulsa. Probably up towards Sperry and Owasso. So it's going to be very close. But it is not intensely severe. But it is severe. 60 mile an hour winds and quarter-size hail. We'll keep an eye on the storm. We're going to keep an eye out very closely. Let's go back to the Texas storm. These are going to be storms we'll have to keep an eye on for very, very large hail or for potentially very large hail, because these storms are definitely developing some good hail cores on them over here by Bowie, Sunset, Sunset, south of Bellevue in Texas, and they got some hail with it. So they will have some hail going Texas and in Bonham, Texas, if it keeps going. And there could be some good heavy rainfall and some larger hail with this. And we're losing more of the tornado watch. This is a good sign. This is a good sign. We're not out of the woods yet, but I'm liking trends. Let's keep that trend going. Let's not have the Red River inflow. Let's not have anything like that. But if you're over here by Lawton, Oklahoma, your severe threat is done. Lawton, Oklahoma, your severe threat's done. Wichita Falls, your severe threat is over. Your severe threat is over in Wichita Falls. And I think in Abilene, they have not touched this watch, but I think you should be done. I really do. I think Abilene should be out of this tornado watch. I don't see anything back off to the west. I don't see anything on that. So if we keep seeing that watch get cut off, it's really going to be helpful. All right, so where are we? How are we looking tonight? Oh, yeah, we got to go to Holdridge, Nebraska. This lady here, KJC, has had some evening of being hit by tornadoes and stuff like that. Have you been hit near a text that you had a situation in Holdridge? Don't you live in Holdridge going into Holdridge right now? There's a little bit of thunder and lightning. Yes, the last two storms. So she was hit by two storms. So the new question mark is Missouri. Yeah, Holdridge are getting a little bit of rain, a little bit of thunder, a little bit of lightning. I don't see anything rotating on the storm as of this second. We're still going to keep an eye on it. I will say the severe threat in Nebraska is not as much of a tornado risk. It's more of a severe thunderstorm watch. Yeah, she's been very unlucky this storm season. So we need to try to give her some good news and give her a break. Yeah, so there is some storms that are off to the west of Wichita. We'll keep an eye on those as well. The storms that are interesting to me is this developing cluster. And this is what we're going to have to watch late in the night. This may be our late night risk. We're going to have to see what this does. We're going to have to see what this does, because what does this do? That's going to be very interesting to me. You're the best to remember people's areas and look out for them. I do my best. I do my best on that. That's not just a, we'll forget that area. No. I try to remember a lot of people's areas. Northern Mitchell County, Southern Jewell County in Kansas, golf ball sized hail, 60 mile an hour severe thunderstorm warning. You are under effect on that storm as well. So let's go back over here to Holdridge. It's not severe. You're going to hear some booms. You're going to hear some claps of thunder over here in Holdridge, Atlanta, in Nebraska, but nothing severe. Is that hooking? No, I'm not seeing as much hooking, but I do see some good hail with these storms. I'll say that right now. These definitely have some good hail with these storms. And eventually, if they merge together, KJC, this stuff we're looking at right here, this misses Holdridge. This stuff we're looking at here, this misses Holdridge. Cannot say, let me see. Let me go to Lincoln again. Lincoln, Kansas. Yeah, there is some thunderstorms off to your west. They don't look severe over here by Russell, Kansas. Let's keep an eye on it. Lawrence, Kansas, you're with me for a little bit because it's really unclear the Kansas City area. This is why forecasting in the Kansas City area is a very hard area to forecast. You have a storm cluster down here. I call it a storm cluster. You have a storm cluster down here, and then you got a storm cluster here that could develop into a complex. What does this do? I mean, there's a lot of predictions this could do. This could go east, right? This could go east. This could go southeast. I don't think it goes due south, but I do think it goes east or southeast. And I cannot clear you until you're out of the tornado watch. But with the exception of Abilene, they've not touched this watch, and I've not seen any signs of any storm development. I'll go look at the models, but I'm pretty sure over here by Abilene, you guys can go relax, go get under the AC. The AC, it's hot. I mean, it's hot. It's still hot and humid even this time at night. But let me see. Is there anything that fires up? No. Well, I was wrong. So it wants to try to form some storms. This is really, really early in the morning, though. So that was not shown on the models last night. So let's see what that does. We'll see what that does there. And that tornado watch expires in 6 minutes. We'll see what the new mesoscale does on that. But I'm getting closer to saying you guys should be okay. We're going to keep an eye on you in Abilene. So I was a little hesitant. So I looked at the models and I was like, okay, could see some more storms. All right, let's go over here. We just got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. That is in Abilene, Texas. Now we're in a situation we can talk about the Ohio risk again. Okay. All right. I see what this wants to do. Okay, so it's not the southern cells as much. It's the northern cells we need to keep an eye on, because it's wanting to bring the northern cells through Kansas City at like 4 a.m. and then rolls through, rocks through 9 a.m. And we have some damaging winds. I'm sure we'll have some damaging winds. We'll go into Missouri here. It's going to be Illinois. It's going to be Indiana. And this is what we're going to have to watch. What happens? Because look at this now. Now this happens deep, a little bit deeper into the afternoon and evening. Does that mean we see more storms? Does that mean we don't see as much development? It's worth keeping an eye on. So watch what happens here. You see round one roll through Ohio. Then we got to watch what happens here. Then we got to watch what happens here. What's up, Nate? Down in Ardmore to end the night. Just got cleared. Awesome, bud. And then you see these storms here. And this is what we're going to have to watch. You don't see a lot of supercells. If there is going to be supercell opportunities, I'm looking at Mo. I'm looking at Missouri. I'm looking at all that. So this is just one model, though. One model, because models have different outputs and different solutions. The HRRR isn't always the greatest. But here it is, a complex of storms. What it wants to do in Missouri, it wants to bring a complex of thunderstorms from Topeka, Kansas, down to Springfield, and then rocket its way to the east, bringing in some damaging winds and a spin-up tornado risk. Then break, see the break. We don't see as much. Then we see more storms developing over here. Here's 8 o'clock. Storms potentially could start off with a few supercells. I'm not going to lie. However, I am not seeing this being an all-day supercell event here in the Ohio Valley. I see more complexes. See the complex? This 11 p.m., that's a complex of storms. That's damaging winds. I'm very concerned about the damaging wind threat. The damaging wind threat is not something to mess with. Every model it shows, it wants to show us on the northern edge. It wants to show southern Ohio, central Ohio on the northern fringe of this. So we'll see how this all plays out. Nonetheless, we need to remain weather aware. Now, over here to the east, we could see some rain to start the day, and then we'll see if we get some redevelopment in the afternoon. No, I don't think we're seeing level 4 severe risk on the East Coast. No, I think the main risk is maybe a spin-up tornado or two and damaging winds. And we got a severe thunderstorm warning here in Ohio, Monroe, southwestern Belmont, northeastern Noble, and Marshall County in Ohio and West Virginia. Hello, Matt. What's up, my man? What is up? What is up, my man? Well, we are building towards the Tulsa television market, and we're waiting to see if storms redevelop in central Oklahoma. If you have any intel on that, you and Aaron, let us know. Because I don't see anything off to the west of Oklahoma City. I don't see anything off to the west of Oklahoma City that would be potentially problematic. I don't. But you do see a couple of cells here. This is in northern Oklahoma with some hail, some good hail with these storms. And we'll see if anything can spin or rotate. If there's something I'm watching for the late night hours, if there's something I'm going to be watching for the late night hours, it's what happens up here. Models want this to develop into a complex. It wants to bring this down into Topeka, Kansas City, and strike it and go way down into Springfield. We'll see if that happens. I don't know if that happens yet. We'll see if that happens. That's going to be a wait and see type of scenario. This may, I don't want to jinx myself on this, but this may get into a scenario where an intermission can happen. The hail threat is still there. Can you show me Indiana for tomorrow? So in Indiana, complexes of storms. And the most severe one looks to be in the evening, after 8 o'clock in the evening. Severe thunderstorm warning in Mississippi. We had one. Do we still have it? We do have some damage on it, though. At 8:08 p.m., several trees and power lines were blown down along Gills Road, west of Macon, and in town, several outages was reported from down trees or branches. It's the only warning I see. Mississippi. All right, let's keep an eye on everything. If you're in southern Illinois, your severe threat gets going after 9 a.m. After 9 a.m. 9 a.m., and that would be for damaging winds. Then a lull, see how the atmosphere acts, and then potentially round 2. And yes, I do think the severe threat in the Ohio Valley is different for tomorrow. Yes, I do think there's a tornado threat. Yes. Do I think it's off the charts and it's PDS and all that? No. No, I don't see any PDS tornado watches tomorrow. I do not. I do not see any PDS. And we're starting to lose the higher winds right now. So we'll see how this plays out. Still seeing some little bit of hail, but we're actually getting Well, I'm off. Got to drive home. Okay. Yeah, guys, I actually think we can get it. Did Bo stop or keep driving? Bo, yeah. Actually, let's talk to Bo. Bo, you still there with us? Stopped ATM. Okay, so right now, storms are not as significant. But we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to keep an eye on how things are playing out. King Tornado, Corbin. I know you've been listening to that WKY guy that put a level 4 for Kentucky. If there's going to be a level 4 for Kentucky, it's not going to be the Tornado, period. We live in a trailer 5 miles from town, and they do not do weather warnings at all. No live coverage. Where at? That's not cool. Let's get some larger hail over here by Douglas. It's going to be for Northern Cali and southwestern Butler counties in Kansas. I am very close to giving the truck driver the green light. I am. I still think they're going to end up with some rain and thunderstorms. And we'll see if there's redevelopment off to the west. But most of this should be passing to the east. Couldn't hear you repeat that, Nathan, what you were saying to me. Corbin, you're that WKY guy on Facebook. I don't know. I think his name is George. He put a level 4 out for the entire state of Kentucky. I think that's irresponsible. I really do, personally. I personally think that is over. That's overkill. That's overkill. We're not doing a moderate risk. Tornado watch until 5 a.m. I do not think we're seeing a level 4 risk for all of Kentucky. If there is going to be a level 4 risk, it's west of Bowling Green, west of I-65. If that's where it happens. West of I-65, I would potentially go under the level 3, and it would stay about that way. Maybe for damaging winds, there would be a tornado threat. There would be somewhat of a tornado threat. It's not terrible. Of course, Evansville, Indiana. Yeah, you're in the severe weather risk in Evansville, Indiana. In fact, that would be after about close to noon for round 1. And then after 9 p.m. for round 2. Yeah, still seeing it right now. So y'all think we're gonna be okay for an intermission? I think we can do an intermission. I do. I really do think we can do an intermission. You guys agree with the intermission? You agree, Nat? I actually think we can get an intermission in on this. I did not think we was getting an intermission. I think I'm going to... All right, we're going to take an intermission here. It is 10:05. We have been on for a while. We're kind of hitting the reset button. We'll be back on with updates as they are needed. And coverage is not completely over for tonight. We're just taking a break. We've been on for 7 hours. And that's the bottom line, because the storm master said so. Viewers first, science second. Let's stay tuned.